Onthebuzzer.com, we're back. Jesus. I'm Ara, this is Eddie, this is Ronnie. Ncaa football, and this is our new set. Eddie, last set,
we had a little accident.
you had a little accident in your pants. You want to tell us about it?
Well, what happened was you guys switched up the chairs on me. And he gave me the one with the bad leg. And being that I'm the biggest, strongest guy here, it kind of broke.
Watch that on our NFL takes. Anyway, let's move on to some of the key matchups for this week's games, guys.
What games are we talking about?
Let's wait up, and it'll come to you.
Are we
If
talking
you build
college
it, it'll
football?
come. College football, Ncaa football, West Virginia, number 13 at Syracuse. A tough loss for them last week. What's going to happen this week?
After the loss to South Florida last week, West Virginia is going to come out. The Syracuse game couldn't have come at a better time. Syracuse is a horrible team.
Didn't Syracuse just beat a team?
Syracuse might be one of the worst teams in the league.
I
in
agree.
The country. They average 40 yards on the ground, and they're dogs by 26.5. What do you have to say about that?
I don't know if West Virginia is going to cover, but they shouldn't have any problems with Syracuse this week.
No.
Although 26.5 on the road, it's a lot of points coming off of a bad game.
So they're not covering?
I think that's the key, though, coming off of a bad
Check out
loss.
the website.
I think coming off of a bad loss is actually going to help West Virginia. They're going to be a little more focused,
They're pissed.
a little angrier.
They're pissed.
Yeah.
Are you taking them or not? 26.5.
I'm taking them.
Eddie, you going to give us a scoop, or we got to pay for the website?
They're going to come to the website to see that.
They are going to come. Let's move
Just
on.
$1.95.
We got Oklahoma, number 10, at number 19, Texas.
That's a good game.
Red River rivalry, folks. That's what we got over there.
I like how you've been doing your research.
It's called the Red River Shootout.
No.
But if you want to say rivalry, that's okay.
You know, since I'm the media,
Just change it
I
up.
think I can
Do
read
whatever
that.
you
That's
want.
what I do. I change things up. Anyway, we got Texas. Dogs at their own house by 11.
One of
What
these
the heck
teams is
is
going to
going
lose
on?
2 in a row.
And one isn't.
Right.
Right.
Battle of the losers.
Before I give my pick, go ahead. Who's going to win that?
I'm saying Oklahoma is going to take this game. Texas is going down again.
Minus 11?
Minus 11.
I'm going to say Colt McCoy with his 9 picks hasn't been doing it so far this year. But 11, I can't see Texas getting waxed at home.
Lock of the week, Oklahoma minus 11.
Ah!
That's the kiss of
This guy-
that's the
this guy.
kiss of death right there. Put the house on Texas. We'll move on to South Florida. Where are they over here? Where are they?
Right up there next to
South-
your UCLA Bruins.
South Florida Bulls. The new
Give 'em a
number,
bowl.
the new number 6 of the country, folks, beating West Virginia last week. Is this game going to be a letdown? They're playing Florida Atlantic. How many teams are in Florida? I know you were wondering that last week.
Yeah, I don't know how many teams there are, but expect a little bit of a letdown this week. They will get the W, but as far as the spread, what's the line on the game?
16.
They will not cover, I say.
It's going to be tough. I think there's going to be a letdown, but as far as who's going to win the game, no problem.
Bulls will win, won't cover the spread.
What about you? You think they're going to
Bulls will win. We'll cover the spread. Have you guys heard that one before?
that's
Let's
right.
move on. We're going to talk
Thanks
about
for
the
contributing.
matchup of the week. Florida, Tim Tebow and company lost last week.
Big game.
Their championship hopes all but out the window. They need
I
to
don't know
win.
about that, by the way.
They need to
You're going
win.
to lose early. Got plenty of time to try to come back.
If they
won
want
undefeated,
any
they're
chance
okay.
to get to the national championship, they have to win this week at LSU, next week at Kentucky, and the week after at Georgia. That's 3 big games.
Eddie gave us his lock of the week earlier. I'm going to give you guys my lock of the week
Tell
right
me
now.
you're taking Florida. That's
will
right,
beat
dude.
LSU in the upset. Not a huge
So you're
upset.
telling everybody to take the money line, is what
I'm
you're saying.
telling you, take the money line. Florida is going to win that
And
game.
if you lose, he will pay everybody back with his.
We will
50 cents on the
We
dollar.
will post his address on our blog. Remember, LSU is favored by 8.5.
8.5.
So
I just want LSU to lose so that all the voters can jump back on that SC bandwagon.
I do
Who do
too.
you think is going to win this game, though? Not who you want to win. Who do you think?
I think
will
LSU is going to squeak it out.
squeak it out? They won't
it out.
cover.
I don't know. I like Florida. Tim Tebow's
Urban Meyer and company will not, I repeat, will not lose 2 games in a row.
Can you say I like Florida again with that sexy voice of yours?
I like Florida.
The state or the team?
Just what it stands for. Let's move on. We got Kentucky at South Carolina. Eddie, I'm going to let you take this away. Gamecock fever, baby. You got it.
Love those Gamecocks.
You do.
Love those Gamecocks.
Steve Spurrier.
The old ball coach.
You can't hate on him.
No,
I mean,
of
he
course
knows
you
what
can't.
he's doing. He went to South Carolina and he's turning them into contenders. I mean, what can you say?
They've been in Louisville. They've been in Arkansas, Kentucky. You think
Kentucky's got a high-powered offense.
They've slipped
Rick
under the
Pitino
radar.
and company are doing it over there.
They've slipped under the radar.
Again, though, one of those watch for a letdown.
This is a close game. Carolina by only 3.5. You know, it's anyone's game, folks.
Are you ready for my upset of the week?
Go ahead.
Kentucky over your Cox.
I don't know if it's really. How about the game?
No game.
Oh,
Just over my Cox.
All right, let's move on to Mr. Bruin over here. Mr. Bruin right there against Notre Dame. Looks like they're due for a win.
Name 6 people on the Bruins.
Jordan Farmar,
Go ahead.
Ed O'Bannon,
Ed O'Bannon, his brother Charles O'Bannon,
Go ahead.
Bill Walton.
Who's the quarterback?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
They're both Kareem, actually.
Let's move on. What do you think?
Olsen is the
UCLA?
quarterback, by the way.
UCLA by 20.5 against Notre Dame.
20 and a half.
At the Rose Bowl.
Go ahead, Eddie, you take this one.
You know
Guys,
UCLA better than anyone. They pounded your
This was my
Trojans
second
last year.
lock of the week. I wish this game was next week because UCLA is going to come out to just clobber Notre Dame. And as bad as Notre Dame is, I think at the Rose Bowl, UCLA is going to trounce.
Trounce?
I thought we banned the word trounce from
No,
the show.
that's only during the NFL preview.
So you think UCLA will cover?
Yes, Romik, I think they will cover.
Yeah, great point, Edward.
I think Notre Dame is going to go 0-6, but I don't think UCLA will cover.
I would love it if Notre
gonna
Dame
be an
beats
national
UCLA. That would be great.
They're going to run.
0-6. I think Notre Dame's going to be 0-8 before all
I
is
think
said and done.
if I QB UCLA this weekend, they'll cover.
I think if you DP'd UCLA this weekend, they'll be. You know.
Let's move on.
Fairly sure.
Finally,
Fairly
we got the hometown USC Trojans hosting Jim Harbaugh's Stanford Cardinals.
And Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh or Harbaugh? That's what I
The
want.
H is silent.
Because when did Jim Harbaugh get fired
When
again?
did this turn into an English grammar class? That's what I want to know.
When did
Not
this turn into a
sports show.
retard school? That's what I want to know.
Don't name drop if you don't know the name.
It turned into retard school an hour ago, first of all. Let's talk about it. The Stanford Cardinal, what do you think, guys? Are they going to win the game against the Trojans? I don't care. They're horrible. They should just stick to academics.
Jim Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh, his twin brother, calling out Pete Carroll and the Trojans before the season,
They're
remember?
recruiting. When is he talking some
He said Pete Carroll is going to leave SC after this season, so don't bother going to
He
USC.
tried to stir the pot up.
He did.
39.5
It's a
points
salt
is a lot.
It's a lot.
However, if SC's going to cover a game with this many points, it's going to be this one because they're going to want to get back at Stanford and Harbaugh.
Talking about SC, CJ Gable out for the season with a groin injury.
You know, better for him because the way things were going, he wasn't getting too much playing time, and you could tell his confidence level was a little shattered.
Explain to me how you miss a season with a pulled groin.
Anna?
Well, it starts off from the lower oblongata and it moves up towards the thighs. Anyway, we'll move on to,
Oh my God.
isn't Stanford the Harvard of the West?
Yeah, but Harvard's not winning any national championships.
And why would you bring that up since we're talking about sports?
Substance. Substance.
All the people from SC might be working for people at Stanford after they graduate, but SC's going to win the football game.
You're right. That's all we got for you guys. NFL, NCAA. We'll take NCAA right now. Onthebuzzer.com. Romik, Eddie, Ara. We love you guys. Stay tuned.